Pride. No team embodies pride quite like the Dallas Cowboys. They haven't won a Super Bowl since the 90s, yet still cling to the title of America's team, like it's a birthright. Their branding is immaculate. Star logo, massive stadium, national TV slots, but the results haven't backed it up in decades. Every year, they enter the season with sky-high expectations, and every year, they find a new way to disappoint, but they still act like contenders. Cowboys fans will flex 5 Super Bowl rings from an era before TikTok existed, then blame everyone but the team when they crash out of the playoffs. From owner Jerry Jones down to the fans, the franchise thrives on image and nostalgia. They hold on to the past with a vice grip, refusing to admit how average they've become. Even their rivals mock their delusion, yet the Cowboys continue to market themselves as royalty, complete with primetime games and national headlines. Regardless of their record, that's the pride talking. It's not about current success, it's about believing you deserve the spotlight no matter what. They talk like champions, spend like champions, and present like champions. But come January, they usually just watch from home. Because in Dallas, pride isn't a sin, it's the whole identity: greed. The Rams made one thing clear: they'll do anything for a ring, even if it bankrupts the future. They turn draft picks into monopoly money, trading away first rounders like candy to build a Super Bowl ready roster. And it worked. They got the title in 2022, lifting the Lombardi Trophy in their own stadium. But greed doesn't stop at success. It demands more. The Rams doubled down, betting they could cheat time and injury with star power alone. Stafford, Ramsey, Donald, OBJ, they bought names, not balance. Depth was ignored. Chemistry was a luxury. When the bill came due, the cap space evaporated, the stars faded, and the roster collapsed under its own weight. But even now, they look ready to do it again. They'd mortgage 2030 if it meant another parade down Figueroa. The Rams represent the classic gambler, willing to risk tomorrow for glory today. No patience, no development, just all in, all the time. Their stadium screams excess. Their branding targets Hollywood. Their roster construction feels like casting a blockbuster, not building a team. And their front office treats the draft like a nuisance instead of a foundation. Most teams rebuild through youth. The Rams reload with headlines. That kind of appetite is the definition of greed. It's not about sustaining greatness. It's about consuming it, then chasing more. They got what they wanted, but the hunger didn't end. In LA, there's no such thing as enough, just more, always more. Wrath. If Wrath had a home address, it'd be in South Philly. The Eagles fan base is fueled by fury. They booed Santa, threw batteries, climbed poles, flipped off their own players, and that's just the warm-up. This is a city where rage is part of the football ritual. They don't just support the Eagles, they embody the emotion of every busted third down, every missed field goal, and every questionable play call. The highs are euphoric, the lows are apocalyptic, and the reaction is never subtle. The team itself feeds off it. The Eagles aren't about polish, they're about fight. Gritty, the mascot, is a fever dream, like a nightmare built in a lab to troll the rest of the NFL. Their quarterback is usually in a war zone of expectations. Their coach gets chewed out if he doesn't scream on the sideline. They want chaos, not control. This is the city that once snowballed Michael Irvin while he was motionless on the field. Passion doesn't even cover it. This is rage, raw and unfiltered. The Eagles have built their entire identity on playing like they're angry. Angry at the media, the refs, the league, and sometimes even their own fans. But when it clicks, that wrath becomes a weapon. Just ask the 2017 Patriots. Philly doesn't want quiet confidence, they want blood. They want to destroy your soul and dance on your logo. And when they win, it's not peace they seek, it's vindication. Vicious, volatile, vocal, Philadelphia is wrath. Lust. The Raiders don't just want to win, they want to do it with flair, headlines, and a little bit of danger. They've always been obsessed with image, from the outlaw mystique of the 70s to the silver and black swagger that became their brand. Al Davis once said, "Just win, baby." But he meant win with rebellion. That mindset never left. They've chased every type of volatile star. Randy Moss, Antonio Brown, even John Gruden as a coach. They moved to Vegas, the one city where glitz and spectacle are currency. Draft picks? Cap stability? Who cares? They'll gamble on a player with red flags if he runs a 4.340 or has a highlight reel that goes viral. It's like they're addicted to the idea of drama, to being the center of attention for all the wrong reasons. The Raiders don't build, they seduce. They don't construct contenders, they court controversy. From flashy draft busts to chaotic roster moves, they treat every season like a late-night Vegas heist. high risk, high drama, and rarely any payoff. Even when they do find solid ground, they start craving excitement again. Almost like stability feels boring. It's lust, not for consistency or long-term growth, but for adrenaline, for fireworks, for that rush of being unpredictable. That's why they always feel one step away from either greatness or disaster. Usually, it's the latter. But in Vegas, that's exactly the way they like it. Gluttony. The Saints had a good thing going with Drew Brees and Sean Payton, and they just couldn't let it go. That duo brought them a Super Bowl and a decade of relevance. But instead of rebuilding when Brees aged out, they tried to stretch the good times beyond reason. They maxed out contracts, restructured deals until the cap cracked, and clung to a roster that kept getting older by the snap. Even after Brees retired, they kept the party going, signing aging vets, avoiding full rebuilds, and hoping for one more bite of glory. It wasn't ambition. It was overindulgence. The team got drunk on past success, treating the salary cap like monopoly money. Every offseason felt like a cheat code gone wrong. They kept pushing money into future seasons, convinced they could dodge decline forever. They didn't just delay the inevitable, they devoured every short-term fix until the long-term damage was unavoidable. It was win now mode for 5 years straight. Now, they're stuck with cap penalties, quarterback purgatory, and a roster that looks bloated, tired, and confused about its direction. The Saints didn't rebuild when they should have. They feasted too long at the championship buffet, and now they're paying for the hangover. The party's over, but the bill just arrived. Sloth. Sloth isn't just laziness, it's neglect. And no NFL franchise has neglected offense quite like the Chicago Bears. For decades, they've been known for defense, toughness, and punting. They've drafted quarterbacks like they were guessing on a multiple choice test. From Cade McNown to Mitch Trubisky, they always seem one step behind. When other teams innovate, the Bears shrug. When others hire offensive gurus, they promote another defensive guy. It's like they fear change, like they're allergic to creativity on that side of the ball. Even when they had Justin Fields, a raw but electric talent, they failed to build a real system around him. No modern scheme, no line, no consistency. They move slow in a league that moves fast. The game evolved, Chicago didn't. Their best offensive player of the last 30 years? Maybe Matt Ford. That says everything. They've had elite defenses wasted by laughably bad offenses. Ownership preaches tradition, but sometimes tradition is just inertia wearing a nice suit, and that inertia has kept them stuck in the past. The Bears aren't cursed, they're stuck in outdated philosophies, stuck in fear of offensive risk, stuck in an era the rest of the league left behind. Until they stop treating offense like an afterthought, they'll keep falling behind. This isn't just bad luck, it's institutional. It's organizational sloth, and it's been holding them back for generations. The problem isn't talent, it's time. And Chicago always seems to be running late. Envy. No franchise wears envy on its sleeve quite like the New York Jets. Since their one shining moment in Super Bowl III, they've watched everyone else, Giants, Patriots, even the Dolphins, build dynasties while they linger in a permanent rebuild. They crave what others have: stability, star quarterbacks, postseason relevance. They've tried everything, throwing money at veterans, overdrafting prospects, hiring culture changers, but nothing sticks. Every time a rival team finds its next franchise quarterback, the Jets get another footnote in the Draft Bust Hall of Fame. They were envious of Brady's reign, so they tried to outcoach Belichick. Envious of the Giants' parades, so they begged for their own stadium identity. Even Aaron Rodgers was a borrowed dream, one that tore its Achilles 4 plays in. This team doesn't just want success, they want the validation that comes with it. The spotlight, the respect, the rings, and every year they fall short, it festers. The Jets aren't hopeless. They're haunted by watching everyone else live the life they keep chasing. This isn't just a drought, it's envy, bottled and boiling in green and white. If you like this video, consider watching this next one, which YouTube thinks you're going to really love.